Would you like to know how to turn your YouTube channel into a business? That's what I do. I'm a YouTube producer for over 50 different YouTube channels that are all now successful businesses. Some of them 6, 7 figures, a couple of them even 8-figure businesses. We haven't done this by accident. In fact, in this episode, I'm going to teach you all the steps that we followed. It's a replicatable system that we followed on every single channel. So by the end of this episode, you're going to know that system so that you can do the same. YouTube has created an incredible opportunity. In fact, I've been a YouTube producer for 10 years, and a lot of people are still surprised when I tell them that title. I don't know how to better describe what I do. I went to school thinking I was going to be a dentist. There was no schooling for YouTube production, kind of made up this career, and that's the opportunity that YouTube provides us, is we can actually create an entire career on YouTube. But there are a couple of ways of going about this. Now listen closely to these words. You can become self-employed on YouTube, or you can become a YouTube business owner. Now, those might sound the same to you, but those are actually drastically different. In fact, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. So we'll look at them this way. You can become self-employed on YouTube, or you can become a YouTube business owner, a business owner that leverages YouTube. So again, by the end of this video, you'll know the difference between the two, and you'll know how to build a successful YouTube channel and a successful business. So let me explain a little bit about what I mean by self-employed on YouTube. Think of it like this. What about Uber or DoorDash? You're technically not an employee, you're an independent contractor, but you control your schedule, but they create the system. They give you the processes, they give you the app that their customers use, they provide the customers, and you run the system, right? You provide the car. You're the one that drives around and follows the GPS coordinates, and Uber or DoorDash, they're the ones that pay you. The customers pay them first. Now, it was very close that Uber drivers in California were legally classified as employees. And when I saw this legal battle, I'm like, no, that would be disastrous. The advantage for Uber drivers is so big and would be so small and diminished if you were classified as an employee. Now that topic deserves an episode on its own. You might disagree with me at this point if you don't understand, like, what about the rights of the people? Like, employees would protect them and give them benefits. You are right in that they would get benefits by being an employee, but what they really lose out on is the opportunity to be a business owner, which has a whole slew of other benefits that are way, way bigger. I would never, ever want to be an employee again. Okay, let's get back to YouTube. YouTube provides an opportunity where they provide the platform, and in fact, they provide the advertisers, and you can create content, and just by the number of views that you get, that means more people are seeing the ads, and YouTube can pay you, right? So that's more like the Uber position, where you're kind of like an employee. You're an independent contractor for YouTube. That's how it's filed with the taxes, is YouTube pays you income and they send you a 1099. And there are plenty of people, plenty of examples that you know on YouTube where people are making a great income this way. But that is not a business. That is a job. That is being self-employed on YouTube. Let's call it that. That is a valid choice, and if that's your choice, then more power to you. We're going to talk more about the business owner side. Like, if you want to build a real business and leverage YouTube for lead generation, leverage YouTube to really grow your business, that's what I have expertise in. That's what I've helped all my clients do, and that's what I'm going to teach to you for the rest of this episode. To do this, we need to cover a little bit more about the difference between self-employed and business owner. When you are self-employed, you wear all the hats. So think about it in terms of YouTube. You're the cameraman, you're the video editor, you're the talent that's on camera, but you've also got to do the bookkeeping. You've got to take care of equipment, you've got to take care of transportation, you've got to take care of the YouTube comments. If you want to get paid through sponsorships, you've got to negotiate those relationships. So there are so many hats that you've got to wear when you're self-employed. When you take the step of building a team, that's the big difference in being a business owner. This is where you recognize that I don't have to wear all of the hats. I can share some of those hats with others. I can train them to run the systems. So we use Mr. Beast as an example because he's one of the biggest YouTubers out there. He used to wear all the hats. If you go back in the beginning days, he did. He wore all the hats. He did the filming. He was the star. He came up with all the ideas. He did the editing. He did the posting. But today he has a huge team. Some episodes he creates, he hires hundreds of people for, just for one episode. Now this is actually a spectrum. It's not just one or the other, but how much of your business is actually self-employed and how much is it as a business owner. And the more that you can trend this way, the better lifestyle you have, the more efficient you can be, the more people you can bless. Let's look at some other differences here. You've heard this phrase before. It's become quite cliche to work on your business or work in your business. What does that actually mean? What does that actually look like? And I just realized I got it opposite. Let me fix this. Yeah, I actually did that on purpose so I could really emphasize the point. Okay, not really. Working in your business means that there's a system. You're the one doing the task. If you think about it in terms of a restaurant, you're the cook. You're in the kitchen, you're making all the food, you're working in the business. Versus a restaurant business owner, they own it, but they hire the cook. They hire the waiters and waitresses. They hire a team to come and do the construction of the restaurant. So that's working on your business, is dreaming, like how you're gonna grow, how you're gonna market, coming up with the ideas for your episodes or the dream and the vision of your channel or the systems that you're gonna create in your business. That's all the work on it. And then you hire people in a team. They're the ones that work in it and then run those systems. So I put it as a separate point here. Running a system, if you are the one to run it, you're self-employed. But if you're the one that creates the systems, then you are a business owner. Now, it's very common in the world of YouTube to think, but no one can do it just like me. The reason I'm so successful on YouTube is because I am me and I am unique and I've created it this way. There's no way I can replace myself. There's no way that I can hire somebody to do this task. And I'm just going to tell you, that's a foolish way of thinking. You are self-employed if you like where you're at, but you are in bondage to your job. Because think of it this way. I wanted to originally be a dentist. So let's say I have a dental practice. I'm the dentist. I'm the one that drills and fills the teeth. Okay? No one else can drill and fill teeth. So if I leave and I go on vacation, all my staff, they must have to take vacation too. There's no income coming in if I'm the only one that can drill and fill the teeth. But if I hire another dentist, okay, then I'm building a team and I can have another dentist to run that system. Then I have somebody else that can drill and fill the teeth. Then I can go on vacation, right? Then I can do other things and my business will still run. Ooh, I'm excited to talk about this one, training specialists. Because think about this, even if I'm amazing, no one can do it like me. Like how many hours do I have in a day? 8 hours? 10 hours, 12 hours. I hope you're not working 12-hour days. I've definitely done that many days in my life. I don't do that anymore. Let's use a number like 10. I like easy math. So let's say I put in 10 hours of work in a day, and I'm doing that 5 days a week. So that's 50 hours I'm putting in a week, right? And I think no one can do it like me. But what if I take out of those 10 hours, I'm doing a variety of tasks. So what about 1 hour worth of work? Let's say I'm doing task A for an hour every day, right? 5 hours a week then. Well, what if I hire a specialist to do that one task, but that person puts in 8 hours a day? So instead of me putting in 1 hour per day on that task and thinking no one can do it better than me, if somebody else puts in 8 hours, they're going to be able to do a better job. They're going to be able to do a lot more of that job. And what about a second task that typically takes me about an hour? And I'm oversimplifying things, but if, let's say I took my 10 hours in a day and there's 10 different things that I do, what if I hire 10 people? I hire 10 people, one person to do task A, another person to do task B, C, D, right? 10 different tasks. Now I've replicated myself, but in 10 different ways. I'm not trying to find somebody that is just like me, but I can find 10 people to do 10 of the tasks that I do. And now I've multiplied myself 10 times. That's what a business owner can do. That's how a business owner can scale. All right, now I want to show you the system that I've created that really works for all of my clients to leverage YouTube to build a business. Okay, so there's 9 steps, and I'm going to go through these very quickly. You've got to find a specific question. Okay, you've got to find a question that people are asking. You can't make these up, but you've got to find the wording that people are using. You outline the answer about 10 to 12 minutes. You record an intro with hooks. You've got to create curiosity at the beginning of the video so that people will watch a 10-minute episode. Then you've got to deliver value. You're not selling. You're not giving a pitch about your programs, your services, your branding, your company. You're not worrying about presenting you. You're worrying about their answer and just answering that question. You're giving them a free gift at the end. I'm going to give you a free gift in a moment to demonstrate what this looks like. You're then going to design a very curiosity-creating thumbnail. You're going to launch that episode. The title will be this question that you find. You're going to grow your email list. Now that is a huge focus. We could make an entire episode about this. In fact, I have, so be sure to subscribe to this channel. Nurture them, and they're now in your sales funnel. And have your focus be on search. You can go into YouTube Analytics and track your search growth overall from month to month. If you follow these steps, this is awesome to watch. You just got to look at the right thing to know that your channel is growing and thriving and that leads are coming in. And then you just rinse and repeat. Obviously, there's a lot of detail that I didn't cover just now, but I have a free gift for you. This book covers my entire strategy. It goes into great depth on all 9 of these steps, and I want to send you this book for free. Now, you do need to pay the shipping cost on this, but otherwise, this is my free gift to you. Go to natesyoutubebook.com.